Ghana is the latest African country to accept US deportees. Ghana has become the latest nation to agree to a controversial US immigration policy. The West African country has begun accepting its first deportees from the United States, including nationals from other countries. Ghanaian President John Mahama confirmed that his government agreed to a US request to accept third-party nationals being deported from the US. The first group of 14 deportees has already arrived in Ghana. They were nationals from West African countries including Nigerians and one Gambian. President Mahama stated that Ghana then facilitated their return to their actual home countries. President Mahama justified the decision by pointing to a regional agreement that allows for visa-free travel between West African nations. He stated, "We agreed that West African nationals were acceptable because all our fellow West Africans don't need a visa to come to our country. This move is part of a broader Trump administration strategy to ramp up deportations to third countries, a policy that has already seen people sent to Rwanda, South Sudan, and Eswatini." The agreement is controversial. It comes at a time of sporadic anti-Nigerian protests in Ghana, where some citizens blame Nigerian immigrants for rising crime and economic competition. It also highlights a power imbalance. The deal was struck as the US has hiked tariffs on Ghanaian goods and restricted visas for its nationals. While President Mahama called relations tightening, other nations like Nigeria have pushed back strongly against the US pressure to accept third country deportees, calling it a difficult proposition. The move is likely to continue drawing criticism from human rights advocates who argue that the practice is in fact inhumane. So what do you guys think about Ghana becoming the fifth African nation to accept deportees from the US? How do you feel about them being specifically West African nationals and then repatriating them to their home countries? What do you think about countries like Nigeria who have refused to take deportees from the US? And also, how do you think this will affect the situation on the ground where tensions already exist with the sporadic protests?